Woman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black on firm, but we ain't all black.
Hey, what's going on? It's your girl, Constance Carter. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You like my hat? I don't really like it. I'm gonna take it on off. Sheesh, I didn't really like the way that was. What y'all think? Hat? No? What if I pimp it to the side like this? What's going on, you guys? It's your girl, Constance Carter, out here tonight. What's happening as you come in? I want to say hello, and I wanted to welcome you guys all in. You know, I like to come live. We like to come live, me and my girlfriends, my sisters, and we were just having a dialogue. We were having a discussion, and as you can see, we late, so because we were having this discussion about men and relationships. And this is the age-old question that I think we all have when we find ourselves in situations where where we're seeing some infidelity. So before I get into the topic, I want to make sure that you know that you're listening to the Fly Newbie Queen, the channel for melanated people just like you. And I want to make sure that you are subscribing. So hit the thumbs up. Hit the likes, subscribe to Nobody Works Harder Than Constance Carter. And also make sure you're subscribing to the Fly Nubian Queen. Please subscribe to the Fly Nubian Queen. Support Black networks because we do this for you. And we like to have conversations that are engaging, that we think that are relevant and that we think that are interesting. And I think that at the end of the day, we want to talk about how we could come together and build our community. But we want to talk about things that are very real. And me and my girlfriend, Miss April Sampay, we were just kind of having a conversation about men and why do they cheat down, April? We were having a very real conversation, a very transparent conversation. You guys come on in and make yourself comfortable and then put in the comments box, where are you from? Where are you hailing from? Because we know we have people that watch us from all over the world. If you're from London or if you're from Australia, put it in the chat box. If you're from Chicago or San Jose, California, like I'm from, if you're from Augusta or the DMV, go ahead and put it in the chat box because we want to know where you are hailing from. I see Lotus over there from Baltimore. I see Sheila, right, from Manville, Texas. William from Harlem. Big up to Harlem. I was there just last month. It was so fun. My first time in Harlem. Love it. A lot of great Blackness. You don't F down, you F up. That's what I'm talking about, Stephen. But you know, it's a lot of brothers out there who F down. LaQuanda is from VA. I know a lot of y'all can feel us on this topic. I know because I think all women actually have this conversation. What's up, Red from Nevada? Who else we got, April?
We got Boss Man. Don't forget Boss Man, Marcel. Hey.
Okay, who else? Sonia. What's up, Sonia from Chi-Town?
Hey, Sonia. We got Tiffany from Chesapeake.
What's up, Tiff?
Where y'all from? That's a DC song. Where y'all from?
Oh, is that some go-go?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And now that I am a DMV resident, Miss April Sampay, did you know I was a DMV resident?
Are you now?
A little something. Yes.
Hey. So that means the next time I'm in the DMV, which will be Sunday. I have a show on Sunday. So the next time I'm in the DMV, that means you're going to be in the DMV and we can hang out.
That means I'm going to be in the DMV too.
Oh, y'all know, didn't say we can hang out. Y'all noticed that? She was like, I'll be in the DMV at the same time. I'm just not going to hang out.
No, I'm going to be in the DMV when you going to be in the DMV. What's up, Zeus from Phoenix? Only thing that puts a smile on my husband's face is cheating. Oh, LaToya.
Oh,
well, why don't you come right for the jugular, LaToya?
Listen, we're going to need you to join this conversation. We're going to need you to come on here and explain yourself because we need to hear about this one. Okay?
I think she might be a little bitter. I'd love to hear your conversation. What's up, Vaughn? What's up? Okay. She's from Oslo, Norway. Okay, Norway is in the building. What time is it over there in Norway, Miss LaToya? Miss Pooh's from Michigan. William, we got so many people that are from all over the world. But listen, I want to have a real conversation, you guys. Why do men cheat down? And seemingly, when women cheat up. I think, in my opinion, now we might just be biased when we say that. Like, if women gonna cheat, we gonna cheat up. If men are gonna cheat, they always, like 100% of the time, cheat down. They cheat with trash. Why is that?
So that's okay. So here's the thing. I would say this when it comes to women cheating, right? Mm-hmm. To your point, women do tend to cheat up. And when we say tend to cheat up, that means that they are more comforting, they're more attentive, they're more financially stable. They just have a lot more qualities that maybe the man that we're in a relationship with doesn't possess, right? Mm-hmm. And then on the other hand, it just looks like sometimes men are just like, you know what? My wife ain't cooking. Can you just cook me a nice hot meal? I don't care that your feet are crusty and you know that you might be missing a few things. I don't mind that. Just make sure that you rub my feet and put food in my belly. That's it.
No, I think they cheat. Men and women cheat for different reasons.
Okay.
You know, I think men cheat specifically probably for their physical needs. So there's really not a whole lot of standards that you have to have when you're cheating for your physical needs. If you cheat then they could be bald headed, toothless, and with crusty feet, and it's not a problem, and be on welfare, Section 8 and everything else, right? But women, you know, when they're cheating, they want some security. They want, you know, a little bit more. They want to have like, you know, something that they can. I think they want to have more than that they could feel more secure about, because there's three things that women want to feel when they're in a relationship. They want to feel love, they want to feel secured, and they want to feel protected.
Okay, I can see that.
Yes, women want to feel loved, they want to feel secure, and they want to feel protected. And so when they're cheating, you know, if they're not getting that at home, they're seeking that somewhere else. A lot of times men are just seeking somewhere else, and they'll anybody or anything.
Well, okay, so I think that a lot of times men cheat because they want the attention. So I hear everything you're saying, and I agree with just about everything that you're saying, but I would add to it attention, because what I hear a lot, so men, I know a lot of men who have cheated on their wives when they were pregnant, right? Or when they just had a brand new baby. And the response is, I wasn't getting the attention that I needed from her. And it's like, pause. She had to give her attention to the being that you all created, right? And so the question is, why is that okay? Now, Tim says wrong, and wrong.
That's what I want to know, Tim. Why is it wrong? Join us live. Click the link and tell us why we wrong, and wrong again, because I want to know what we want to know from a man's perspective. Now we got Michelle Bowman that just popped up. What's up, Miss Michelle?
Micheline.
Oh, Micheline. What's up, Micheline? I'm sorry. Hey, Miss Micheline. What's going on, Miss Lady?
Oh, wait a second.
Come on, Micheline.
I know. Wait a second. I'm on two different things here.
Oh, we about to talk about you.
Listen, don't talk about me. I got my phone on and I got my StreamYard trying to just jump in on this conversation.
Micheline is about to bring it. I already know. I can already tell, Micheline. What is going down? What you thinking, girl?
Well, if you gotta cheat for a female, she need to cheat with a man with good meat. I was gonna say it like that.
Look at God. You are not lying, ma'am. You are not lying. Say it louder for the people in the back.
Say it one more time.
If you're gonna cheat with the man with some good meat. I'm sorry. Did I say
and that? I'm vegan.
not for that.
I'm sorry. I'm keeping it real. At my age, please. Can I just say please again?
Please.
Yes. Like I was saying, you know, I'm a cougar, but I don't take care of cubs.
Oh,
but
honey, yes.
But if I need to snatch one up, hey, I'm just saying.
Okay, let's bring it back. So okay. First of all, you said you were a cougar. How old are you, Miss Lady?
I'll be 55 in November.
Okay. And let me tell you, she does not look her age, child. Okay, she does not look her age.
Miss Micheline, I tip off my hat to you. If you're gonna cheat with a man with good meat. So
and good meat don't always mean what's between his legs. Good meat means that he can feed you, he can take care of you, he can provide for you, he can, you know, shower you with love and attention, all those great things. So I don't want everyone thinking that I'm trying to be, you know, sexual, because that's part of the situation.
Okay. I was listen, my nasty mind was only thinking of one thing.
I was thinking the same thing you was thinking.
Well, that was the first thing, but when you think about meat, you got to eat. So it's other types of meats that, what does meat do for you?
I mean,
but April, I'm vegan too. But I'm just saying.
Micheline. Okay, so what if all of those other things outside of the meat are on point? Are you even giving that a shot?
Well, first and foremost, I'm not in for the whole cheating situation. I think
I'm not talking about cheating. If you have a man that has all of those qualities outside and not the meat.
No. I just no.
I mean, sex isn't everything, Micheline.
Sex is not everything, but it's a lot of some things.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
It is. It's a lot of it's a necessity in a relationship, because you can have all the love, money, finances, and all that, but if you're not satisfied in the bedroom, you will find a reason, or give yourself that reason to say, you know what, he or she brings all of this stuff to me, but he's lacking or she's lacking in that one area, and the lust that you have, whatever your physical needs are, your mental is going to say, look, I've got to slide to the left.
Slide to the right.
And it's not, that's why, like right now, I feel like I don't cheat because I'm still single. So, but if I was married, that's a whole totally different situation.
So are you single until you're married, or are you single if you're seeing somebody?
No, you are single until you're married. That's what I look at.
Listen, Micheline, come on, drop them gems on us, baby girl. So
you are single until you're married, and it's not. I'm not giving anybody a pass to say that, hey, you're in a relationship, go out there, cheat, and sleep around. But in reality, you are single until you have a ring on it.
You're single till you got a wrangle.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
So I want to keep you on, Micheline, because you have some good insight, and I want to bring Stefan or Steven on here to add to the conversation. We've got a male perspective, so let's bring him on.
Before you say anything, though, I wanted to bring up Christopher. Christopher said we all sound unmarried, and we've all been in very, very, very serious relationships. So for you to say that, I'm gonna need you to come on here too and actually join the conversation instead of telling us that we all sound unmarried. Okay?
If you're gonna cheat with a man with good meat. That's all I got to say. Go ahead, Mr. Is that Stefan or Steven?
Can you hear me, first of all?
Yes. What's your name is, sir? And where are you from?
It's Stefan, and I'm in Los Angeles. Stefan, I'm in Los Angeles.
Stefan. Okay, Stefan. What are your thoughts? I'm so glad we got the male perspective here.
It's not that we cheating down because we missing something, we not seeing something physical or financial in the relationship. It's just if we see it, we seek it. That's all. I mean, it's the nature of the hunt. You know what I'm saying? It's not that we missing something at home. It's just that if we see it, we search it out. And I give you a perfect example on how a woman would know if her man is cheating, because it actually happened to me. Ex-girlfriend of mine. I was playing on social media and one of my DMs, right? And so I got invited to, a luncheon with this young lady. At least that's the way the DMs went. Got to the luncheon, lady didn't show up, right? Got home, girlfriend asked me, well, where you been? I went out with some friends and stuff like that, because I didn't come home, went to lunch and didn't come home till late. The next day, same thing happened. Woman in the DMs actually, well, I'm sorry I didn't meet you. Can you meet me over here? Oh, I jump in the car, I'm rolling, right? I'll meet you over here. Well, make a long story short, come to find out that was my girlfriend testing me in the DMs, right? So this is how I found out it was her. I came home one night when she asked me to meet her for dinner. And I came home and got dressed, I got off work, showered up, dressed up, man. I had my good stuff on. And I drove over to the nice little dinner club, sat down, and I'm thinking I'm meeting another lady by another name, and she was there. So
You play right
If we
into her
see it,
hands.
oh well, I mean, it is what it is.
Twice.
But if we see it,
Arms.
we
Instant
see
arms.
it.
Beauty. Yes, he ate the bait twice. Honey. Come on now.
If you see it, you seek it. You know what I'm saying? And I might have, if I gave away the game, you know what I'm saying? Just, buyer beware. You know what I'm saying? Because
Stefan.
you can't. Yes, ma'am.
Stefan, how old were
Yes,
you
ma'am.
when this happened? How old were you?
41.
How old are you now?
51.
Okay. Are you still chasing the bait?
No. I learned my lesson.
Because I want to know,
Are you all still together?
The hell up.
Are the two of you still together?
No, we're not still together. This was 10 years ago, so no, we're not still together.
Okay. So men, you said men chase the bait.
Yeah.
Y'all just down for the chase.
If it's something that's that's tweaking the eye, we gonna seek it out. We gonna seek it out. So
what do you think about that,
what
Mr. Lee? What do you think about that, Mr. Lee?
Yeah, which part? Anything he said?
Yeah.
I think that, and this again, I'm not a man, so I can't speak for a man. I'm gonna speak from a woman with what I feel a man would think. If temptation is out there for men and for women, temptation is just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to make it a conscious effort in your heart and in your mind when you decide that you want to give yourself to just this one person. And if you don't lie about it. Be upfront and honest. Say, look,
that's it.
You know what? I really care about you. I'm into all this, but because there's always a but, not just the but behind us that we sit on. It's always a but in relationships. When it comes down to why he cheated or why he did this. Oh, girl, you let him do it. No, you didn't let him do it. He did it because he wanted to do it.
Because he wanted to.
And that's those wants and needs. Do you want to cheat or do you need to cheat? Because if you show me who you are when I meet you, that's who you're going to be after we're together. So I don't believe in that. Oh, people change. People don't always change. They might tell you they change because they're changing for that situation. But who they are eventually will come back out.
So do you believe once a cheater, always a cheater?
No.
I wouldn't say once a cheater, always a cheater, but I would say they do have cheating tendencies because if they can get away with it once, they will try to get away with it again until they get caught. And then that's when they're like, well, I'll never do it again. But again, a person is only as good as their word. If they're going to, I believe that you can get caught cheating and then pretty much realize that you can lose your family, that relationship, whatever, and then you do stop. It's no different than if you want to say, this might not be a good comparison, but if you're a drug addict or alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. Temptation of alcohol and things like that is going to always be there. But do you step back into that realm of what got you into that mess up situation? If you're a cheater, you want to step back into that cheating realm that got you in that situation.
That's good. Well, thank you guys both for joining us.
Thank you. I'm just so sorry this kind of came in y'all situation.
No, this was good.
You were invited.
Thank you for coming.
I didn't know that. I'm like thinking I'm just listening.
No, all are welcome. All are welcome.
No.
Speaking of which, anybody else who wants to be a part of the conversation, please join in. And I actually would say I agree with Sharon because she was saying that pretty much we make it easy. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry to say
How do
that.
we make it easy?
Why do women make it easy?
Yeah, how do we make it easy?
I was going to say, I'm not going to sit here and say all women make it easy. Please don't think that I'm saying that all women make it easy. But you do come across a lot of women who are like, yeah, I know he's married. I don't care. I know he's in a relationship with somebody else. I don't care. This is who I want to be with, and this is who I'm going to be with. And they'll say things like, I'll follow the rules. I'll do everything I'm supposed to do. Like, I've met women who are just like, I don't care that he's married. I still want to be with him. It is what it is. And then you see reality shows and how everybody makes it look glamorous. So the more you make it look glamorous, the more you have, what she said, 1-800-RENT-A-THOT.
Yeah.
You have the 1-800-RENT-A-THOTs who are like, oh, it's easy and it's glamorous. So now I want to be somebody's side piece. And I'm okay with that.
Here's what I think. I think you can do everything as a woman. I think you could be swinging from the chandeliers. You could be turning up every day, every night. You could be a freak in the sheets and the woman in the streets. You can do everything. Give it to him 3 times a day. If that man want to cheat, guess what? He gonna cheat. And there is nothing that you can do about it. If that is in his heart and that is in his mind, and he is hell bent on doing it, he's gonna do it. And there's a lot of men that are just built like that. They just need to have something else, and that's unfortunate. Statistically, more men cheat than women, but a lot of women, are really good about being able to hide their infidelities from men. That's just what it is. But I think women and men cheat for very different reasons. James said men and women cheat for the same reasons. We both want attention. You're probably right because you're a man. In my opinion, I think men cheat just because they want the physical. Men just want other women, and that's what ends up happening. And and they end up getting caught up with it. So if you want to join us live, go ahead and click the link right in the subject bar, or it's in the comments box on whatever platform you are on. Go ahead and join us live. Dual, I love what Dual said, because she said STDs and HIV is very real,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one of the.
We forgot since the pandemic happened, all of a sudden everything else is gone. Like,
right?
No, it's still here.
Really. And outside of love and respect and loyalty. One of the reasons why I was not interested in doing that is because of those very things: HIV, STDs, all of that stuff. Like, I am definitely afraid of that, and I am not interested in doing any of that or bringing anything home. I want to be safe. So like I always remember that there was like a couple of reasons why I always said that I would be cool. One was I never wanted to have an STD. Number 2, I ain't want to be like my mama. And number 3, I guess because of love, maybe. I think maybe that was number 1. Like, maybe love. I didn't want to do what happened to me when I was growing up. I didn't want that karma. And then number 3, I didn't want no STDs. But I think that was kind of looming in my head, like, just my luck. Karma be like, I might bring something home. He said, I damn near lost everything because I thought I needed something else, but I just needed attention in a way my wife wasn't providing me. But see, and you know what? At least he admitted it.
And I appreciate that. But then you have the thing is that I think is the problem. And so when I say that men are looking for attention, I really do believe that, right? And so I agree with James. He was looking for attention. The thing is that they don't know how to articulate that to their wives. Maybe because they think their wife is going to get upset about it. And they just don't feel like dealing with the wife being upset. It's like, okay, listen, put on your grown man drawers and have the damn conversation. Like, my husband and I had that conversation day one. And this was before we even thought about getting married. I was like, I don't even want to get married. I'm good just being what we're being. Like, we're in a relationship. Keep it just right there. But I was like, I don't want you cheating on me. I don't ever want to have that experience again. Because I had somebody cheat on me. It is not a good feeling. And then I had to realize he just really wanted somebody to be like on his nuts. I'm not that person. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you what you need, but I'm not gonna be that person to sweat you all day. Yeah. And when it comes to my husband, if there's a time that he's like, I need additional attention right now, let's sit down and talk. What do you need? And I tell him the same thing. When I need attention, I'm like, hello, I need attention right now. I don't care what you're doing. You need to be doing me.
Hey, you know what though? I think that I think that there's a good dynamic between men and women, and I think that there, to James's point, there is that element that we have needs, and a lot of times our needs aren't being met by the person of the opposite sex. Honesty is everything. Communication. Communicate to that person what your needs are and why you're feeling the way you're feeling, because I think a lot of times people just aren't being honest. People just want to do what they want to do. Like, if we're together, if we're dating, I feel like dating is, if you're saying that I'm exclusive with you and we're together, then there's a understanding, and then there's that obligation that I'm going to be committed and faithful to you. We don't got to be married to do it, but there's that. If you're not going to, just be honest. nobody has to be anywhere, especially if you're dating and you're not married. We don't have to be here. So just be honest and then allow a person to make that decision. What people are so deceptive in their thinking, and you know, they bring people and they string them along or you know, in this game, and they want to have their cake and eat it too. And that's not fair to the other person. I want to bring Mikey on because I think Mikey has something to say. He wanted to get up on here. He has something to say.
Hey, Mike.
No, how you doing, ladies?
Hey.
Okay. I like this conversation. It's kind of interesting. You know, this is a pretty cool convo.
What you think, Mike?
My personal thing is like, you know, cheating is it's kind of like messy. Like, you know, how can I say it? It's like, I mean, I don't have time for that. Like, you know,
Good for you.
you know what I mean? Because you know, I was with this female. I really liked her and I loved her with all my heart. So, you know, one time, you know, like I said, I put her name on my neck, and you know, I took it serious. You know, I told her everything about me. I said, look, I got 3 daughters. I wanted to accept your son. You feel me? And I wanted to accept her son and everything. And you know, me be blinded. You know, she took me for granted, and you know, broke my heart. Some crazy stuff. You know, so yeah, so you know, I was on some depressed type stuff. You know, didn't want to deal with, you know, I didn't want to deal with no females. Cause after you put your her name on your neck, that's kind of like messed with my head a little bit. So I'm like, damn. And then I try to, you know, call her. She ghosted me. You know, man, that bugged me out. I told her, you know, what did I do? She didn't want to say. She just said, have a good life. So took it to the chin, you know. Be like that sometimes.
Wow.
But I learned, you know, definitely learned.
Do you date now?
Right now, nah. I've been focusing like on myself and on my kids. It's the main 2 things I've been focusing. You know, I don't mind getting into a relationship, but I'd rather focus on those 2 things.
Okay, but since her, have you been dating?
Like so, you know, because it's like, you know, it's hard to. I mean, I'm not gonna front. I could bag women off the rip, but you know, it's like, do I want to get into another relationship, or do I have time to cheat? You know.
How old are you?
39.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part. So the reason I asked that question is because I dated a guy years ago, right? Who he got cheated on once, and I guess she just rolled out on him. It was kind of the same situation, minus the tattoo. And he refuses to get in a serious committed relationship. And I'm like, you do know that you are going to grow old, like, and by yourself forever. And he's just like, I'm good with that. This is going to be me. But I'm wondering what's going to happen when he's like in his 80s or 70s and there's nobody next to him.
Strong words.
I'm just saying, like, I know that's something that when it comes to men, oftentimes they're hurt one time and all of a sudden it's like it's a wrap. They can't handle being hurt, but they can handle rejection initially, but they can't handle rejection within an actual full-fledged relationship.
Nah, like I've been to relationships. You know, I had been with my kid's mother and stuff like that. You know, I had tried to make it work, so that's not gonna, you know, happen.
Okay.
You know, because you know the way her mindset is. You know what I mean?
Mikey, how long ago did this heartbreak happen?
What's this? 2021, maybe 2016, 2015.
Wow. So you're still 6-7 years later, you're still reeling with the pain and the hurt from what that relationship did.
Yeah.
And you've been working on yourself for 6 years, so you haven't like dated anybody? You haven't fed your flesh?
I did.
Eating.
Nah, I did date some women. You know, I did. You know, like at my jobs and stuff like that. But there was like, you know, it's like, I'm good. You know what I mean? But I've just been focused on myself and my kids. You know, my
How,
3 girls. You know.
how long are you going to focus on yourself and your kids? Like, you don't want to be in a relationship with anybody, or you just have not
Nah,
found
I
that
do.
person?
Nah, I do want to be in a relationship. I definitely do. I
What are
do
you
talk
doing
to
to get out
women
there?
online. Say
Okay.
it again.
I said, what are you doing to get out there?
I communicate with people. I do. I definitely do communicate with people. That's
Mm-hmm.
definitely. I definitely do talk to women and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah.
definitely do.
Mm,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
But you just
For real,
haven't
for
you
real.
haven't found anybody that you've connected with in that way where that you want to really, really spend time with.
That is true. That is
Mm,
true. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because this one, I was like, damn, I felt like that was my half, but she did me wrong.
Mm,
So you know what I mean?
yeah. Have you
For
gone
real,
to
'cause I
therapy at all?
treated her well. Therapy? No, not really.
I
Not
mean, that
Yeah,
sounds
really.
like something that
me
because
too.
it's been 6 years. So it sounds like
Yeah,
something you
yeah.
really need to work through to kind of get past it, because you don't want to be stagnant and stuck in the same place for 6 years and not have any growth or movement. And so sometimes one of the things that Black people, we really need to
Mm,
be intentional about is getting help with somebody outside of ourselves, because
mm,
you could be so much further ahead of the game if you had somebody to teach you how to cope, how to deal, how to move on, and how to heal.
mm. True, true.
Yeah, so you should probably seek that.
No, but like before her, I had another female, but
Mhm.
like, she took advantage with the money situation. So I was like, nah, I can't do that again.
So Truth
You
Seeker
know.
said, Mike, do you have abandonment issues from childhood? Did a parent
Oh
die or
no,
abandon
no,
you?
no, 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 no. Like, I grew up with both my parents. Definitely,
Were they
definitely.
married? Are they still married?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's
Hell
dope.
yeah. Hell yeah. Like truthfully, I used to be a player, but
Karma.
yeah, so I was like, let me stop it, let me
Hmm.
just look at things different. You know what I mean? So when I found this person, she kind of changed my whole mindset. Because
Yeah.
she asked me, she was like, yo, I want to marry you. Like, let's do this. So
Oh,
I was with it. I was like, that, you know?
I know you know. Where is she at
Mhm.
today? Has she moved on? Has she gotten married?
Nah,
No?
nah, nah, nah. Nah, like
And
somebody else told me like she's working at the airport or whatever's the case may be.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, okay. Because the
Yeah.
person asked me, he was like, yo, have you seen that person? I was like, nah. He was like, well, she's doing this and that. So I was like, what, her? So I was like,
Wow.
that's what's up, you know?
Well, shoot, thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not often that we have, a Black man being vulnerable in that way and, willing to open up and share his feelings. That,
Nah, true,
he'd been
true, true.
struggling for that long.
That's
So
what's
thank you,
up.
sir.
That's
We
what's up.
appreciate you.
definitely
That's what's up.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
We have Larry Battle on here. Larry said most black men are not taught how to treat Black women. I disagree. I think it's the other way around, actually.
Why do you
I
say that?
So I think that growing up, men have always been taught hold the door for a woman. If a woman cries or if a woman needs something, you need to be there for her. You are supposed to be the provider. You're supposed to be this. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to whatever. I think it's the other way around. I mean,
I don't agree.
I grew up. It's 2 sisters and a brother.
Mhm.
My brother was always taught like how to handle women, how to take care of his sisters, how to do everything for his sisters.
Mhm.
We were never taught to do anything for our brother.
Hmm.
And I see it on a regular basis, like, nobody's really taught how to treat a man. It's
Yeah.
more the other way around.
Yeah.
Now, and when I say we're taught, okay, you're supposed to cook and clean. I mean, I'm just saying that's what I was told that I'm supposed to do when I grow up and get married. I'm supposed
Yeah.
to be cooking and cleaning. A lot of people are saying that's not true. You can
Yeah.
disagree
I
with me,
disagree with you as well,
and
April.
I'm okay with your disagreement. I'm just saying.
No, I disagree with you as well, because I think a lot of times men are taught to be players. Men are taught boys will be boys. If you like, even in my household, I
Mhm.
remember when my daughter was like 20s, And she said, yeah, I had my first kiss at 16. What? Her dad. First kiss at 16. Oh my God, I can't believe you kissed somebody. Brother 14, you know, what you need. What you need.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my boy. You know what I mean? I mean, it's totally different how we, and even in society, women are, they look forward to getting married. Men are taught to play the field. Men are like, you know, I'm gonna be out here. And that's why you have a lot of men. Somebody said there's a convalescent home, or the old folks homes is full of single, old, lonely Black men because they want to play the field their whole lives. And then when they become 70, 80, 90, they have nobody to take care of them. They have no companionship because they just want to, you know, be single and do them. And now, you know, now they're too old to get anybody. So I think I disagree with you. I think that a lot of times men are not taught in my household. Now I did teach my boys to open the door for me. They used to fight over opening the door for me, especially when they were little. Open the door for your sister. Now I see it. They don't do it all the time. They rarely do it, but I will see displays of my sons coming and open the door for me. And it's like, oh, they remembered, because I don't make them do it anymore. Mm-hmm. But most people are not taught to open the door for women. You know, a lot of times we see these young men and they are rude. They have no manners. I remember my daughter had called my dad a couple months ago when we were out in New York. She was like, hey, you know, Grandpa, I really want you to, you know, kind of be around my brothers a little bit more and, you know, just mentor them a little bit more, because it wasn't until I hung out with older people who had wisdom that I understood that when I come in the room, I got to speak. It wasn't until I started hanging out with older people that I realized that there was certain protocol for things. And my brothers don't understand that. So they need your wisdom, Grandpa, so that they can understand how to act in certain social situations, because really they are not taught that.
So I agree with the whole social situations. Now I agree with that. But when I'm talking about treating a woman, and I'll make it make sense. If you notice, you do have a lot of players. One of the reasons why, in my opinion, is because men have been taught how to manipulate women. They know the things that'll push our buttons. They know. So like I said, yeah, there's a lot of disagreeing there, and I'm fine with it. But I have seen so many men, and I've dated so many men that I'm like, wow, you know how to push my buttons. I can't say the same things to you. I can't do the same things to you that you can do to me to manipulate the relationship. So I'm just saying, like, men are taught, whether it's by their fathers, whether it's by Ray on the street, whether it's whoever. I just think that men do have kind of the upper hand when it comes to how to treat a woman. And if that weren't the case, then there wouldn't be so many women like, oh my God, why did he leave me? Why I wanted to be with him. He was the best thing, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you don't really hear too many men having those conversations. Now, usually if they get hurt, they become players because they know the game.
Well, think about this. King Harlem says some women these days are extremely easy to get, and I think that's the problem. And if we talk about going back to cheating,
I agree with that.
That is the truth, because there's a deficit. There are more men to women. I mean, there are more women to men ratio. The women to men ratio is much higher, and so you have your pick of the litter, and so women make it so easy. Men used to, back in the day, men had to work for it. They don't have to work for it no more because the women are giving it all up for free. And it makes it hard for the women who have some sort of standards, who want something. The pickings are slim, and that's the unfortunate thing, April.
Okay, so this is the question that I want to ask. And I've been watching, my husband makes me watch these videos that make my ass itch. Talking about, what do women bring to the table? What do women like? And I swear I hate that question. But when I start watching those videos, it makes me think, you know what I mean? Because of things that you're saying, it's like, then what is it that a woman is supposed to bring to the table? And what is it that a man is supposed to bring to the table?
Kevin Kev. What do women bring to the table?
What do men bring to the table? And what do women bring to the table?
You talking about them high value men.
I'm talking about, like, when it comes down to relationships, when we're talking about dating, what is it that they can both bring to the table that will make a person not want to cheat, not want to go anywhere?
Oliver, what you said online dating is another factor for opportunities to cheat. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? How's that? Yeah. So when you so bringing stuff to the table, I think that we have different love languages, and then we have to discuss the love languages, because I think that when we're not speaking the same language, or we're not making an effort or being intentional about how we're loving somebody, and we are just going through the motions, that's an easy way to get the disconnection. If you're not praying together, if you're not laying together, and if you're not going to stay together. So I think that you have to be intentional about how you're communicating. What is your love language? Mine's are words of affirmation and acts of service. So I love to hear, I love you. I love to hear all of those nice things, sweet things. Me and my boys, we say, I love you all day long. I love you. I love you. I love you. I make them. And they kiss me. I love my love and affection. I make them. They know that if they walking past me, they better come give me a kiss somewhere on my forehead or my cheek or something. It's a must. And so you have to have that understanding. Maybe your partner's love language is not words of affirmation or physical touch, right? And so, and theirs is something different. You have to acquiesce to whatever it is that they want, and so you have to understand where they're coming from. I might not know how to get gifts, but I have to learn, because my significant other loves gifts. I may not know how to, I might not be one. It's hot. I don't want to be touching you. Hey, but now I got to open myself up to say, you know what, this is what he likes. And so I need to be able to do that for this person, because I love them and I want to make them feel special. So when we talk about having our, knowing and understanding the love language, you have to get outside of yourself and outside of your comfort zone so that you can be what that other person needs.
I have to agree with those. Stop participating in spousal activities. Okay,
when you're not a spouse.
Stop playing house. And so let me not sit here and lie, honey. I was playing house with a man that I knew I was not going to marry. Mm-hmm. Honey, I just knew I wasn't going to marry him. And when we broke up, I'm like, why was I doing that? How was I benefiting myself? But also, how was I benefiting him as a man? Like, what was I adding to him? I wasn't, because I didn't even want to be in a relationship with him. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we definitely have to stop that. Like, and also admit that there are areas that we need to work on. You have so many people that'll say, "Oh, I bring everything to the table." Somebody was actually saying that they're like, women bring everything to the table. That's not necessarily true. Women believe that if they bring their hoo-ha and a pretty face, then that's all they have to bring.
Right.
It's not necessarily the truth.
Right.
We have to work our behinds off just like we expect our men to. I don't want them to bring a whole bunch of money to the table and I'm supposed to like bow down to his feet every 5 minutes just because he gave me a nice house and some money to spend on whatever I need. No, I want somebody who is there for me mentally, physically, financially, like in every way, shape, and form. And I want to be that same person.
Well, what if he gave you some good meat?
Oh, no. That's sorry to add that part. That's a non-negotiable.
Yeah. No. But real talk, I think that, we got to learn. There's also gender roles that I think that are very important in relationships that we have to, and I've learned, in being 45, that there are things that, that a woman needs, and there are things that a man, no ring, no what?
I'm assuming that's fish. That looks like sushi.
Okay. Yeah, you fine though. There are certain things that.
Okay.
He fine. But there are certain things that a man needs, and man, needs as a man. And I think this is something that's universal. I think there are things that women need as women, and that's something that's universal. That I think transcends your love language. We do speak different languages, because I know a lot of times, I could be saying one thing, he could be saying something different, and then it's like, listen, I say one thing, you hear something different. You say one thing, I hear something different. So let's take off those glasses, and let's take that stuff out of our ears, and let's really hear and understand what it is that we're both trying to say, and try to come from a place where we want to understand, where we're listening to understand, not listening to, to respond. Listen to understand, not listen to respond. But I think we got to look at in relationships, in order to continue to sustain relationships, we have to look at like, as a woman, what should I be doing for this man to make him feel like a man? as a man, he needs to be figuring out what as a man what I have to do to make her feel like a woman, because it has to be an intentional. You can't just go to the motions, because at some point through the motions, at some point you guys are going to do like this.
Listen,
and it'll be irreparable damage.
You know what? The world right now, I feel, is trying to find every reason to not make a man feel like a man. And I feel that as women, it is our duty to make sure that the men in our lives feel like men and are given every opportunity. Like that part, I just don't understand. Like it seems like it's something against beautiful, beautiful men. Hold on, wait. What do you say? Can we fix some things around the house?
Make sure the brother can fix some things in the house. Ain't nothing worse.
Well, I mean, but that's true. Like, it's so funny because, okay, can I not lie? Do you know how many times that I've told, like, my husband will be like, I'm going to fix this, or I'm going to do this. And I'm like, are you crazy? No, like, let's call somebody, let's hire somebody to do it. And then he'll turn around and fix it, and honey, it'll be perfect. He's like, see, we didn't have to spend all this money. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, this was in the beginning of our relationship. Now he says, I'm gonna fix something. Honey, listen, I'm not.
You ain't gonna wait on it.
And it's only because of how things were in my past relationship. My past relationship, he couldn't do anything. And my new relationship, I'm like, I didn't want him to feel like he couldn't do it. So I'm like, don't even try. How dare I?
Well, you know what? I like this. Walter said, if you let the man be the man, treating the woman great will be the byproduct. So I love that. But also, I got to say that as a woman, I can't make a man be a man or not be a man, right? A man is going to be a man regardless. And there was a sermon that I heard, and I didn't understand it until I was good and grown. But I was at church one day, and the pastor said, if a man is a man and he takes his place as the man of that house, and the woman has no choice but to fall in line. If you as a man, you can't say, you ain't let me be a man. No, Negro.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to be the man of that house. And if you step in line, guess what? She gonna fall behind you because you've taken that leadership role. So can't nobody stop you from doing your job as a man. But I tell you what, if you do that, guess what? You're going to get all the goodies, the respect, the treats, the love, everything that you want as a man, and you take care of your house. I think people just have a real issue with being honest.
That's
and
true.
I think that's the problem. You know, when it comes to relationships, people don't, they want to do what they want to do. Be honest.
Now, how many times have we seen on like reality shows or been in like a mall or something and heard a man say, you ain't let me be a man? And you're just like, wait, I
can stop you.
Right. When did this happen that was even an option? I didn't know that was a thing.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. I mean, and again, to your point, women have to actually allow the man to take the lead. So that means that sit your ass down somewhere.
Absolutely. But look at Kamal said, come on now, we know some women are very competitive. Absolutely. And guess what? Let them stay single. But I think that, if you have a good woman, and if you're a good person, you're going to pick a good person. You're going to pick somebody who's good. Now, if you pick, just like when people be like, my baby daddy ain't shit. Well, guess what? You picked ain't shit, baby daddy. So that's on you, sir.
Kids. Stop saying that in front of your kids. I'm sorry. I hate when people say my baby daddy ain't shit in front of their children.
Yeah.
And your children are going to look at him that way and treat him as such.
Arthur, we can't stop a man from being a man. I would love to hear your perspective. Why don't you come over here and tell us how we can stop a grown-ass man, from being a grown-ass man? If you a grown-ass man, ain't nothing I can do to stop you, homie. So come on, that is not the truth. I challenge that 100%. I can't stop you. My little old weak self? No. A manly man that and can lead you. I can't stop that. I can't stop this man from doing this thing. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm a boss. I'm a mother boss. I own multiple businesses. I own $1 million businesses. I have people that work for me. I am an investor. I have several properties. I have commercial properties. I write books. I do a lot of things out in the world, and I make a lot of money. I do. But if you are the right man and you have your stuff together, and it doesn't even matter. You ain't got to even be on that financial level in the world. But if you inside the home are a boss, guess what? I can't do nothing but fall in line. I can't do nothing. So You got to bring it. You can't be intimidated. You can't allow a woman to tell you what you're going to do and what you can't do and how you can't be a man. What happens outside has nothing to do with what happens inside the house. And so if you could be that man and lead me, then lead the hell out of this house, because I'm going to let you lead, but you got to come with it. Period. No woman can stop a man from being a man. Period, Sharon.
Mhm.
Absolutely right. Come
Same
on.
gotta
That's
put it in the
that's a weak ass excuse. So I would love for you to come on here and tell me how a weak ass woman, can stop a man from being a man.
He was asking how. Here you go, right here. It's just
Boom.
click on the link.
Click on the link, baby.
That's all you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't understand where this fear comes from when it comes to men. Well, actually, I do. I think that it's now. When was the last time anybody has watched like a child show? Like in real life, I saw a Nickelodeon show and was just like, this is what they're showing our children now. So if you think about it, these are the things that they've been watching since they were children. When they grow up, it's like, yeah, okay, so I understand why.
Oh, it's girl. What they plan out there is crazy, and that's why we definitely have to be the ones that are teaching our children how to be, men and women or whatever. But that confidence is everything and sexy. You don't have listen.
You can't stop a man from being a man. You come on here. You still. I mean, I understand that. Listen, there are so many. There are odds stacked against you. But my whole thing is.
Will you speak for yourself, Richard? I'm sorry. We can't speak for men. Well, why don't you speak for men? Because all I can say, I cannot stop you from being you. There is nothing that my little old self can stop your grown ass from doing. So I would love for you to tell me how we can stop you from being a man, because that's impossible. Not a real man.
This is entertaining.
A real man is gonna step up. A real man knows a woman can't stop him from being so. That's that weak ass ish that. Men who don't know how to lead say, well, she not letting me, that don't take responsibility, who are never accountable for their actions, who always make excuses. That's that guy. She won't let me lead. Fuck out of here with that craziness. Confidence is everything sexy.
Yes. Oh, I love me. Oh, I love me a confident. When a man just walks into a room, and he is just like as confident as they come, honey, look, every woman's head will turn. Did you just see that beautiful black piece of man candy that just walked up in here? I'm telling you, honey, what? And it's the confidence. And I'll give you an example. Jay-Z, I'm sorry. Jay-Z is not an attractive man. He's not. And even that, he's not an attractive man. He's confident. As soon as he walks in the room, all heads are going to turn. And I'm sure that was even if he wasn't Jay-Z.
Right. Absolutely.
Somebody on here?
I believe so. Go bring him on.
Look at God.
What's up, Mr. Arthur? We can't hear each other. Arthur was saying that we was wrong. We wrong as two left shoes. What you got to say about that, Mr. Arthur? We can't hear you. Your mic ain't on. We still can't hear you, brother. So while we're waiting on Arthur, we want to make sure that you are tuning into the Fly Nubian Queen. Make sure you are on YouTube. Subscribe to the Fly Nubian Queen. Hit the thumbs up. Nobody works harder than Constance Carter. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, on Instagram. I am Constance Carter. On Facebook. April, where can they find you?
Everywhere. April Sampe. APRILSAMPE.
And April is a singer. She's not a singer. She is a singer from the DMV. Guess what? I am now a DMV resident.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too. We still waiting on you, brother. We still can't hear you. So we're going to go ahead and talk until you keep going. But there was something that somebody said that I thought you should never raise or change a man. Go ahead and Arthur. Once we get that on, some men are not afraid. Some men are not men. If you find a real man, run with his ass fast. That was something. It was Oliver. She said, this is what I like. I once heard the best way for a man to lead a woman who makes more money than him is to follow God, and she will follow him. Come on.
Listen, when I first met my husband, I was making more money than he was. And he was still the head of the household.
That's what it is.
I mean,
we can't hear you.
I thought he said something.
He said, can you guys hear me? The line between confidence and arrogance. A big B1 salute to Constance and April, Fly Newbie Queen, the moderators. Thank you, Black Voltron. You are wearing that hat. Thank you.
Wow.
You can't change a man. He can only change himself. We can only inspire him to want to change. You're right about that. But what we're talking about is when men and women cheat, and we still here with you, Brother Arthur. When men and women cheat, why is it that men tend to cheat down? They tend to cheat with the chick that's on Section 8. They tend to cheat with the person who's on welfare. They tend to cheat with the chick that got 6 babies, 5 baby daddies, and ain't doing ish with their life when they have a real one at home. And when the women cheat, they tend to cheat up. They tend to cheat with something that's better. Why is that? I say because men just want to, and women want more emotional stability. James Moore said, no, we all want the same thing. We all want, comfort, and we all want to be loved. April Sampe, what do you say?
They want, it's easy, and they want attention. And those women are just going to give it to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm sorry to say it like this, but I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters like what the woman's background is, meaning like if she's on Section 8 or if she had, it matters.
Oh, we can hear you now, brother.
You can hear me now, yeah? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's up, Art?
What's going on? I'm glad you guys can hear me because y'all was saying a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't say. I can only type a couple of letters there.
We're going to bring it, brother. What happened? What we say?
Well, what I was saying is, and we can debate this back and forth, but I was just saying what the young lady first said about a woman not allowing a man to be a man. And it doesn't mean like you jump in front of him and block him. It's the same thing. Like she was saying, she didn't think that he would be able to do it. Nah, don't do it. Call somebody else. Let's call somebody else and get them to fix it. Okay. Now that a man is supposed to be the one saying, all right, let me go ahead and do this. And he's going to step up to do it. And then she says, no, don't do it.
Sure.
I mean, that's blocking him. I can go to it like if it's my son. I can go to it as my son. And now I want to cut my son's hair. And I don't know how to cut hair, but I'm like thinking of it as a father. I'm like, I want to cut my son's hair so we can have a relationship like they had in Boys in the Hood. Y'all saw that movie?
Yeah.
Right? So I want to talk that, but my wife is thinking like, nah, you can't cut his hair. You're going to mess it up. Yeah, maybe I might. But I'm looking at it as me and my son's relationship. And she's looking at it as whether his hair is right.
Okay. I get that.
No. Let me tell you something though. Let me tell you what my husband did.
Go ahead.
When I told my husband, no, call somebody. You know what my husband said? No, this is my house. I'ma fix it. And he fixed it. Just like you, when you probably looked at your wife and said, this my son, this his hair, I'm gonna cut it.
Oh, no. I didn't do that because that's not being a man. I mean, you got to respect both sides of what's going on here. And I can understand her side, but she can't understand my side. So in all relationships, you can't have your way. You're a man. You can't have your way all the time. This is a two-party system.
But in a situation like that, so
what I'm saying. Hold on. So now you pick your battle. So it ain't being a man ain't saying, nah, I ain't gonna let that. I mean, which one? That's just a haircut. I mean, that ain't the world.
It's just a haircut. But I'm saying, but that's a bond between you and your son. So
exactly.
That's a non-negotiable. I'm just saying. I mean,
we bond in other ways. It's not that you know what I'm saying? Like you want to keep peace in the house too. You don't want to be on everything saying, nah, I'm the man. That's part of being the man is knowing to say, all right, I'm going to respect my queen too. So I'm just trying to tell you, it don't have to be somebody stepping up and saying, oh, I'm a man and I'm not going to allow it to happen. Sometimes you allow it to happen because you got a partnership here and you can't always have your way even as a man. And just like y'all were just talking about, y'all don't understand things from a man's point of view.
No, so listen, Arthur. You 100 on that. Everything you said was 100. Yeah, so I get that.
So that's why you may not even understand that when these little simple things that you might think a man is supposed to stand up and say, yo, a man is a man and do these things. There's other things that come into place as a man because you want to respect your partner. You want to do a whole bunch of other things. You want to make things as well. I did this. So now this is something important to me. Maybe let me give it back to her so she understands. And you explain
that part of it. But look at that's
you're not taking that away from the man.
Listen, what you said is right. hold on.
Let me just say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying one more thing. Maybe our definitions, because we're men and women, is different because we're talking about taking away. Now, I might be looking at that situation as you not understanding that I want to do a bonding with my son, because you might understand that from a point of view until I just told you. So I'm just saying, like, so you might not even get that from a man. He might not even tell you what he wants to do. He's just doing it because this is what he wants. And now you are looking at it a different way, and you put your foot down, and he says, okay, I'm going to let it go. Now in your aspect, you would say that's the man not being a man. You say, yo, you wouldn't let her rough house. No, that's not the rough house. That's the give take. So it's not so clear cut. I'm not trying to say everything is.
Nobody's saying it's clear cut.
Okay. So that's all I was saying.
We got a bunch of men coming up behind you too. We got 3 other men waiting to talk. But listen, this is so good. No, stay right here, Arthur. Stay right here, Arthur. Stay right here. Because what you said to me is 100% on point. I think the word you use though is that about her not letting you be a man. I don't think that's true, because like you said, you gotta pick your battles. Everything ain't worth fighting for. Yep. So you were being a man by acquiescing and saying, you know what? That ain't really that important to me. I do want to bond, but we can bond in other ways. I think that's cool. It's a man, being a man in the house is not just saying, I'm going to plant my feet in the ground and my way or the highway. That's not what it is. Being a man is understanding how it leads. So I agree 100% with you. I still don't think that she's taking away your manhood by doing that. You're still the man. She has her opinion on how she thinks it should go. And if you are still planted as the man of that household, and you at some point, you're going to have to say, listen, there are certain things where I got to plant my feet in the ground and say, okay, this is what it is. You know what I mean? So that I agree.
And those things might be different. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
and pick your own and what is important.
Right. But also, there's one other piece that you have to add to that: communication. Right. So if your wife, so in that particular situation, that particular instance, if you're like, I want to cut my son's hair, and she's like, no, and you're like, oh, fine, let me just not say anything. That's a problem, because if you would have said, listen, this is important to me, and I would like to have this moment to bond with my son, that's a conversation. That's a give and take. And so that's not taking you away from your manhood, and that's also
no. We went from like the manhood from like I'm speaking of what I'm talking about is like the man's thought, and your idea of manhood is going to be different from ours. And you could be actually saying something that is like for us, and then we're thinking in a total way. We're not thinking. The only thing I heard you guys say was a man stands up and does this. And I was just saying that that's not it. I just wanted to get the other side. Okay. And maybe the words were too strong with saying taking away his manhood. You're not taking away his manhood. Right. But just like you said, if you say things about the father and everything like that and let them know about the father's doing this wrong, you take power away from him, because the kids don't look at him the same way. They start looking at them different. And that's how you can take somebody's manhood away, because now the kids don't respect him no more. And everything is in. That's why I said you guys gave your own example. You said it. You said the kids won't respect no more and everything. If the woman does that and speaks in front of the kids and tells the kids about it, all right, let me get off. I know some of the people trying to get on. Then that's what it is. And that's why I said that, because you guys gave the example. My examples were just
I think
put them out there.
I think at this point it is just really semantics, because nobody, I agree. Listen, I don't think that she's taking your manhood away by not agreeing with you about saying, certain things. You still the man of your damn house. But I do believe that men, there's no way that a woman can make a man stop being a man. She can disagree with you. That don't take your manhood away from you though. Period.
You're absolutely right. That's why I wasn't trying to say that. No, but I was talking about the example that she gave. She gave the example of telling them that if you speak bad about your husband in front of the children, that now they're not going to respect it. That's taking his manhood away if these children don't listen to him. So, I mean, you can take his manhood away. That's what I'm trying to say. You're trying to say no.
You can be disrespectful.
But that is one situation that you can take a man's manhood away.
You can absolutely emasculate a man. But for a man to say a woman won't let me be a man, she can't do that. She can't not let you be a man. But there's certain things she can do. No. I know. There were people that says that. but there are certain things that you can do to emasculate a man for sure.
Yeah.
Never take your manhood away, because you're gonna always be a strong black brother. Thank you, Arthur, for being on here.
Oh, thank you very much, ladies, for hearing me. I love the conversation. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Take care. God bless.
Blessings.
You know what's so funny is we had like five guys just waiting, and then we brought them all on, and they coughed and they got off. The next one and they got off. That was weird.
What? That was very weird.
Wasn't that weird? Each one of them got on and coughed. Was that a code? Something gonna happen? Somebody about to knock on my door? Somebody bringing COVID? The hell really going on around here? Why would they say?
So they got off on their own. Each
one coughed and got off. That was weird.
That was very weird.
And they all coughed two times.
That was very weird.
We're gonna rewind this. Each one of them coughed two times.
That was weird.
What was that? It was COVID. Where are you from? Where are you from? I see Miss Litzia is from Norway. What's up? Shout out to Norway. We love to talk to you from across the pond. Kamal said, first off, I wish my wife would try to disrespect me in front of my kids. That understanding should be understood from day one on both ends. Yes.
Yes.
No weapon. Yeah. Hey, listen, I think Arthur, Guadalupe. Where's Guadalupe at? Okay, we got a lot of people from across the pond. Your manhood cannot be taken away. Like, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. By Eleanor Roosevelt. I think that's so true.
Louder for the people in the back.
But there are ways that we can emasculate men.
And I agree with him. You're right, and he was right in what he was saying. I didn't, initially I'm like, dude, nah.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Won't let me be. I've heard men say that she won't let me be a man. She can't stop you from being a man. If you are a man, you're a man. But Arthur's back. Is it Arthur?
Arthur.
I did it by mistake. I'm sorry. I'm out of here.
Okay.
Welcome back. I remember when I was
our friend is back.
Hey.
Friend of the show.
Hey.
What's up, Jay?
Y'all? And I wanted to match, so I threw something on.
Look at you. Yeah.
Love it. Yes. I love it.
I don't have any hats.
He got the Eric Roberson going on. What's happening?
I got the J Marquez going on.
Okay, J Marquez.
Yeah, so I'm kind of late to the party. I was busy. I'm sorry I hopped on, but I heard a little snippet of the end, and I'm not gonna sit here and go against my brother. But no one could take your manhood no matter what. Someone could down talk me to my kids, but at the end of the day, my manhood could still ring true.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't think so. So.
I know it's not, but why are they doing this to us?
Somebody. I need to know. This is it.
Okay, all right, we'll offset and take off. What's up?
God, troll, what's going on?
And there you have it. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, so if your manhood, if you are a man, it's gonna be true no matter what. People could down talk you, but when people engage with you, they'll be able to see that you're a man. Now, your kids could have a bad opinion on you based on what their mother tells them, right, and vice versa. But if they give you a clear shot, and try to build a relationship with you, they'll see that you're a man if they give you a fair shot. But onto the subject, what I saw is why do men cheat? Were y'all still talking about that? Yeah,
we talking about why do men cheat down, because a lot of times when men cheat, they don't cheat with the best. They ain't getting a bomb woman. They cheating with whatever they can get. Why is that?
Well, I wouldn't say that's always true, but a lot of times you're just going for easy kills, because sometimes, you're just looking for something to mix it up, or sometimes there might be some intimacy issues within a relationship, so you look for the quickest thing to address that void.
Are you a cheater?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever cheated?
Yes.
But you don't cheat currently?
No, I don't. The only time I cheated, I was in touch with you. So go ahead.
What stopped you?
What stopped me? Well, I'm not so basically I don't like to cheat. I'm a very monogamous man, but I was in such a bad situation, with the narcissist, I called in last week. I was in a very bad emotional state. and I made some decisions that I wouldn't make in when I feel if I have my normal frame of mind. And that's not to justify it. You know, it is what it is. I did it, but and I will never be in a relationship like that again. You know, where I do that. But I think that when you see an easy kill, it's just you know, you like I'm in this state and it's easy because like think about it, we're hunters. We have to go out and get it. If you want to get a dime, you got to put in work. And depending on a man's status, getting that dime is not always easy. Like if you're a man of value and women can see that, then it might be easier to pick that dime up. But and someone said no excuse, and that's fine, no excuse. I own it. I cheated. Whoop-de-doo. Judge me. All right, cool. And
why
so
do men cheat though, Jay?
It's at the end of the day, it's men are humans. We're just human beings, and we have emotional systems, we have intellectual systems, we have spiritual systems. There's all types of things that can go on. We cheat because we're not satisfied physically. We cheat because sometimes we just want to have our cake and eat it too.
Right.
Sometimes you see
Most
all
of the time.
flavors at Baskin Robbins, and you like, damn, I want all 32 flavors.
At what point do men stop cheating?
Well, I'm not going to talk for all men because some men don't stop cheating, but I think that you have to come to a place where you realize. So it depends on what I feel like what you see in your woman. Okay, the value you place in your woman. If you get a woman that completes you in multiple ways, then that's when you know that there's something greater to lose behind sex. Like if you have a great relationship, it's a woman you can trust. You can trust with the finances. She's holding it down. That's your partner. You know, in this, that's your life partner. Why would you mess that up for sex? That's when you get to that point where you're like, those other 32 flavors, you know, are not that appetizing anymore. And then too, it's like you got to get to a point where you get that out your system. You got to get to a point where you know that you know what you want, you know what you don't want, and then when you meet that person, then you're like, okay, this is something I'm comfortable with. And
Jay,
then
can you say that part again? The know what you want, know what you don't want. Can you say that part one more time?
Yeah, when you have experience, you know what you want and you know what you don't want, and you know what you don't want looks like. And then it makes it that much quicker for when you identify what you want. You're like, oh yeah, this is the woman I was looking for. And this is what I was looking for. And you don't want to mess that up. I always tell people, when you find love and you find someone you could really trust,
that you can rock with you.
Yeah, you don't get that all the time. You don't always get the opportunity to fall in love. And if you mess that up because of sex, just for a quick 3, 4, 5 minute pleasure session, that is sometimes it's just really dumb, you know. And so, you know, it's tough, you know, and women are just as women cheat just as much as men, you know.
Are you right?
And women, there's just as much temptation for women as there is for men, and we just have to be in a relationship where we know there's greater value. When you don't value your partner, it's easy to step out and cheat because you don't feel like you're gonna lose anything. Sometimes you don't feel. Sorry, go ahead.
What you were talking about, and Dual just brought it up, emotional intelligence. A lot of some men, I don't want to say a lot, some men don't have the emotional intelligence to understand when they got, you know, the trade-off, the 80 for the 20, you know, and so they end up, I'll take a chance and risk it. And the pickings are slim out there. You probably won't find anybody that's going to hold you down like she did, that's going to have your back, that is your soulmate, that does complete you in all those ways that you need. And now you just mess that up for, you know, and now you're stuck and you're by yourself, and now you got to deal with that 20 because the 80 is gone. Emotional intelligence is everything. Thank you, Jay. We're gonna bring brother Black.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You there? Black Voltron.
Hey, good evening, Constance. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, brother?
I'm fine. How you doing, April?
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just want to, just piggyback on what not the last brother, but the previous brother before him was saying. It's like, I don't understand. Maybe I'm just older and, just come from a different generation.
Where are you from, Voltron, and how old are you?
I'm from Oakland, California, and I'm 50 years old.
Okay, Oakland.
No doubt.
Right down the street.
Yes, sir.
Oaktown
yes,
biz. Yes.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Bay Area. Represent. Yes.
But as far as how can a woman tell you that that you're not a man or not? I mean, you both got together, you were that man, or
That
you're
part.
supposed to be, and she was supposed to be that woman. So when you're coming together, form a relationship and trying to figure things out, you're trying to establish, hey, these are the parts of the relationship I'm going to take care of. These are the parts of the relationship you're going to take care of. Who tells you that, that you're a man or not, other than your actions and your
Right.
accomplishments?
Right.
If I'm in a relationship with a woman, no woman's going to tell me, what the masculine things I can and cannot do.
Absolutely.
This is what I'm going to do, and this is what it's going to be. Either you on the ship or you on the waiver wire. That's what it is. Either we're going to be together and do this, or we not.
Right.
Our time is limited, on this earth, and we can't sit here, arguing about, silly little things. Either we're going to come in, do what we need to do, build this family, build this team, or we need to go our separate ways and find somebody who will.
I
That's
love
all I
that.
was trying to say.
No, brother, but you absolutely are operating with that emotional intelligence to understand what it is that you need as a man. And so how many, are you single or are you married?
I'm widowed.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. God bless you.
Thank you.
But are you finding that it's hard for you to find somebody with the same core values as you?
Be honest with you, I'm not really looking.
Okay.
This is just coming out of 2 years since my wife passed away, so I'm not really pressed and looking for a relationship per se. But I've seen out there's a lot of women that they don't have the qualities that I'm looking for. No, they're not. I mean, be honest with you, Constance, a lot of women can't cook, which is utterly, to me, it's kind of silly, because it's like, how'd you grow up not cooking? And I grew up knowing how to cook myself.
It's the microwave generation, brother. Unfortunately.
No, that's previous generation not teaching their daughters the feminine and womanly things that they're supposed to learn.
Sure.
The grandmother's not teaching them.
Sure.
How come
Well, grandma's young.
got going have their problems? What are the women doing? The
Okay,
women
so
are here.
cooking. Okay, cooking. That's one thing. What else are you
Right.
seeing out there?
Lot of plantation foolishness. A lot of grown ass women, trying to compete with the youngsters and stuff. I have a daughter. She's 20, about to be 21. And, I see a lot of 40, 45, 50, 55, 60-year-old women out here twerking and acting a damn fool. And I'm just like, what
I
are you
twerk.
doing? It's like, what happened to Big Mama?
I'm 45 and I twerk. I just learned when I turned on my 45th birthday.
Are you on OnlyFans and
No, I
busting
just
open
work in
for
my
the
kitchen.
gram and all
I
that
twerk in my
stuff?
kitchen with my girlfriends. I just
Right.
learned though. Not very
Right.
good at it. I need a little bit more practice.
But even the feminine things, like trying to run up on a man and holler and scream, get all up in his face in public, disrespect him in public. Men in general, I find that a lot of women are doing that, and they're older women. Unfortunately, 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
Just no sophistication, no feminine grace. Just too manly, extra mannish. And I was just
Yeah.
like, what happened to the women of my mom's generation who
The
were
softer side.
demure, had class, sophistication, weren't always running their mouth 24/7, 365 days a week, and didn't know what the hell they were talking about. You know
Right.
what I mean?
I know a lot
What
of
happened?
I know a lot of good women, but I tell you, I remember I used to just be like, man, I don't just seeing my single friends thinking I don't envy you. I don't want to be you. Boy, it's hard out there. And so now that I'm over there on that side, it's just like, it's hard out here. It's hard. And, April's like, oh, cereal day. And so I'm just like,
Because then you know what you don't want. I think that the biggest problem.
I've taken myself off the market.
Yeah, and that's where the problem lies.
I haven't even gotten on the market. I took myself off the market before I've gotten on.
If you actually want to
Amen.
find somebody and you've never really, if you've been in a relationship for so many years that you are completely you've been out of the game, then you really don't know exactly what it is that you want if you haven't experienced what you want.
I think I'll read books and work on myself.
Yeah, and that real life is a great teacher.
Best teacher. Yeah.
But I would
I
say
don't
for
know. What you
men,
think?
I would say for men, we need to be focused on ourselves. I mean, we don't, if you are truly a man and you got holistically have all the areas in your life together, I mean, no, you're not gonna have any problems finding a woman, the woman that you want, because you can be discriminating. I'm talking about, financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you got to check all the boxes psychologically, criminally, credit, credit wise,
All of it.
we have to work on perfecting ourselves and being the best man or woman that we can be. And then
Right.
when we come together, we'll be the best couple we can be, and then we can be the best family we can be. Then we start building communities after that. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
But I can't tell. It's like me trying to tell, like for example, my daughter. I can't teach her how to be no woman. That's her mama's
Sure.
job.
Right.
That's grandmother's job. That's the lady's job. I got to stay in my lane. That's all.
Yeah.
And I don't get into it. I know when to shut the hell up when it comes to the feminine stuff. And I push my daughter in that direction. Say, go listen to my mom, grandmother. Listen to your mom. Listen to your aunties. The ones that are about being a woman. But no, I'm gonna stay in my lane. Women need to stay in their lane. I think things will, and we build each other up, but work on ourselves. I think we get a whole lot more accomplished. That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask you a question though. What's your real name, Black Voltron?
My real name?
Your real first name.
You like you my
Can
real name.
I address you by your real first name?
I'm a little shy. Let's say that.
Okay, Anthony. Just kidding. I don't know if your name is Anthony. But at 50, do you feel like you're running out of time? Okay, I'm just here. I'm work on me. But how long? Like I'm 45. I don't know that I want to wait until I'm 50 before
Well, I was married for 5 years. So, and then I was in two long-term relationships before that for one was like about 7, one was like 15, 16 years.
Wow.
So I'm not, I don't feel I need to rush. I just want to get through, finish out the mourning process and make sure I'm ready first. I don't want to come into the new relationship bringing my old baggage. That wouldn't be fair to my new lady, would it? No,
Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. But
So,
how long does that take?
maybe like a
Are you
year.
going to therapy? Are you going to counseling?
Right now, no.
Okay.
No, I'm not actually. Actually, I just retired, and I'm just looking to see what new opportunities I have. I'm kind of chilling, to be honest with you, relaxing, and doing my own self therapy. Not self medicating or nothing like that, but just kind of chilling and living life.
What self therapy are you doing though, brother? Just it might be good for somebody else who can't afford other types of therapy.
For me, traveling, working out, just chilling basically.
Yeah.
Being with my family. That's a big thing because before I used to work crazy hours and stuff, and wouldn't get much sleep because I usually make time for my daughter. I was just hyper focused on her. So
Yeah.
seeing the people I haven't seen, a lot of friends and stuff like that, I've seen all over the country that I haven't seen, family that's all over the country. I just actually got back from Pittsburgh, seeing my sister. And
Pittsburgh,
just,
PA or Pittsburgh, CA?
PA. No,
Mm.
no. I see it. No. I don't know nobody in Pittsburgh.
You don't know nobody in Pittsburgh. It's not too far from you.
No, I know. That's the point. That's the point. Don't know nobody in Pittsburgh. No, this is Pittsburgh, PA.
Okay.
And DC. Actually, I was out there, where April was for a little bit. Been to Florida, all the way up
Wow.
to Maine. Yeah,
So
I actually
so
traveled
that's
from
helping you
Florida
with
to
your
Maine.
healing?
Yeah. For me, sorting things out in my mind, just, you know, getting a lot of that mourning out of me, because I didn't
Yeah.
mourn when she passed away. I went straight back to work, which
Wow.
was a bad idea. I
Yeah.
took maybe about 3 months off, and I said, you know what, let me get on back and get cracking. My daughter needs me. She needs resources and stuff like that. I can't just shut down because I'm a primary parent. So waited till she graduated. She graduated, went on to school, and I just like just work, and I finally retired. I said, you know what, I'm gonna take some time for myself. I don't have to do nothing for anybody. I'm gonna kick it.
Good for you,
Went
man.
out the country for a little bit.
I want to retire at 50.
Well, I'm not 100% retired. I say I'm partially retired. I got to find something to do. You just can't stop at 50 because,
Right.
I still, to me, I have a whole nother 50 years to live. I'd like to. And, I can't just sit around and be a bum and, just get fat and, have my health fall apart. That'd be silly.
I like
people to take care of.
I like what you said, that you have another 50 more years to live, because, I look at it as, dang. And that's probably why in my mind, I'm not enjoying the journey. I'm looking at the destination. So I'm just like 50.
You got to take time and, smell the roses and, enjoy the time. I remember I had gotten laid off maybe back in the early 2000s, and I got to spend like a couple years with my daughter while she was like, 4, 5, and 6. And they're probably the best years of my life because I took her everywhere. She's like my mini me. She's a daddy's girl, right? So we just did all types of fun stuff together. I didn't have much money at the time, but we had the time of our life because I really got to enjoy her. I got to go on field trips. We would do like little day camps, night camps. We would, just drive around, and everywhere she went, I went. I did all types of fun things with her. Took her to Boomers, took her to Malibu, down in Redwood City before they closed. Took her to Great America, took her to Marine World, and all those memories she built up just of just me constantly just being with her. I appreciate that. And I got, a whole ton of like pictures and video and everything that, we just had a great time, and I just made it a point to stay present in the moment because, I knew she was going to get to this age and be like, okay, daddies ain't cool. I got to go. I'm gonna be with my friends. But she's so well adjusted because she had a father in her life as a man, and I don't have to worry about her, going off the deep end per se with daddy issues, not finding the right man because we have a steady, constant relationship.
Yeah. I've heard girls who've had fathers in their lives say things like, because my dad was X, Y, and Z, I picked wrong men. Because my dad didn't give me attention, I sought attention from other men. So I think it's beautiful that, your daughter can never say that I'm seeking this because I never had that. And brothers, it is so important. Yeah, it's so important for girls to have great relationships with their fathers. Like if you don't want I got a homeboy, and you actually sound a lot like him, Black Voltron.
He sounds like Ice Cube.
Somebody else said that.
Like.
But he sounds like my boy. I ain't gonna say his name, but he said, listen, I am working very, very, very hard so that my girls don't grow up to be hoes. Period. Absolutely. And that, like, I'm doing what I do. I'm working hard. I'm creating these memories so that my daughters, he has 2 girls, don't grow up to be hoes. That was his life's mission.
Well, I did that too. And I actually took her to the Holstro and said, when she was like 11, 12, 13, 14, see these little girls out here up and down these 14 over there on High Street. See these girls over here, they're your age and younger. This is what happens when you don't have a father in your life. This is what happens when you don't have anybody to give you direction.
Look how blessed you are.
This is what happens when you don't have a man, me, your daddy, that loves you so much. They're out here seeking love, trying to have fun, and living out on the streets. And see them little tennis shoe pimps over there? That's the closest they'll get to daddy because they didn't have a father in their life.
Absolutely.
And it was to the point where she had like schoolmates, and she ran track for like 10 years. She had track team members saying, man, you lucky, your daddy love you, he take you everywhere and does everything with you. My daddy lived in Sacramento, and he won't come to see any of my track meets. He don't come. We actually went out to Reno, and this poor little girl, she was like 11, 12 years old. My daddy wouldn't come to see me for the Junior Olympics. And we're in Reno, he's in Sacramento. He'll never come to see me.
He closer to her than y'all are, and
correct.
He won't even come.
That's
No.
powerful.
Yeah.
You know what? Keep doing what you're doing, and and the way that you are getting your therapy, I think is wonderful. A lot of people don't pay attention to their own self-care. They just bury themselves in something. And
Yeah.
you're
And the next thing. And the
Well, I
next
did
thing.
that, April. Actually, I did that I buried myself in my work because my father
Yeah.
passed away the year before, and I just
Oh.
kept pushing, and then I just had a breakdown.
But my point is the fact that right now, the fact
I
that you
had to
had
stop.
that breakdown gave you an opportunity to break through. A lot of people don't take that opportunity to even realize that they're having a breakdown.
Yeah.
So, keep traveling or whatever it is that you need to do, as long as I always say this, as long as it's legal and ethical, honey, get it in.
And my assistant is going through the same thing. She just her husband passed away a year ago this month. No, last month, August. And she never really got a chance to grieve. She came back to work like a week later after he died. And so now she's finally getting to a place where she's like, I need to take some time off. So now she's like taking 2 weeks off to say she took, time off here and there, but she's like, I need to grieve. And you have to go through, you have to go through the grieving process. And all I can do is respect it. You got to do what's best for you. And so, but I'm like, when you gonna be at? No, I'm just kidding. I'm really, really kidding. But no, I get it, and so I can respect somebody who's giving themselves that time and taking care of themselves, because self-care is so important. Because we don't know, you show up with some anxiety, you have a nervous breakdown, and you're like, where did this all come from? All that is just
you're allowed to build up.
You're allowed to build up. Yeah,
And it comes down like an avalanche.
Yeah, and that's exactly. So take care of yourself, brother. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate you.
And make sure you come back next week.
Yes.
Okay, same time, because your schedule changed up.
No, we on at 6. We were just a little late. We got on at 6:30.
Yeah,
because we were talking about why men cheat down.
We sorry.
Okay,
and then we like, oh.
I'll catch you on the next one then. Okay. Thank
All
you
right,
very
baby.
much for having me.
All right, thank you for hanging out.
All right, bye.
All right. So listen, we've had some really, really great men. I don't know what the hell that comment about from Quavo and Offset and Takeoff. That was dumb as hell. And they tried to come back and I banned them from the studio. Did you see that? Did you see them come back?
I did see that, but hold on, wait. If other people came before it, who were the other celebrities?
It was them.
No. I mean, I'm sure, but they were all the same. They just changed their profiles.
They changed their profiles. Yeah, it came back.
Jesus.
Ain't got nothing better to do. Little COVID kids, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Black Voltron, brother, you are doing it. So thank you for coming and hanging out. Dual said that's her brother. And Guacal, said he wanted to come to the Weekend of Wealth retreat. Did you guys know I'm having a retreat out in Costa Rica next year?
Oh,
it's going to be mind blowing.
Transformation is not easy, but it is absolutely necessary. Just 2 short years ago, it was me and 12 brave bosses that went on this transformational journey in Napa. There, we tackled the things that were holding them back. We broke them all the way down, and we left with actionable steps to create the lives of their dreams. The Weekend of Wealth Retreat was simply amazing. And there's an opportunity for you to join us again in Costa Rica, June 2022. You need to treat yourself and change your life. Do not miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to relax, to release, and to be transformed.
Honey, you better relax, release, and be transformed. You better do it.
And I think you said last week it said 2002, but it's actually 2022. That's crazy. So Weekend of Wealth Retreat, we are having a retreat in Costa Rica where we are calling all the men and all the women. And Black Voltron, this will be perfect for you. It'll be an opportunity for us all to get together and break all the way down so that we can get built back up. When you leave, you will leave with actionable steps on how to create the life of your dreams. If you've been stuck, if you don't know about how to leave a legacy, if you're trying to figure out how to start a business, if you're trying to break through some things, this is going to be the retreat for you. We have a dope ass mansion. full staff, and then you're going to be around other like-minded individuals that are going to encourage you. And best of all, you're going to walk away with some new best friends. Our retreat that we had in Napa, them ladies are forever bonded. You hear me? We all do things to support one another. We're all doing, new ventures, and all of us are cheering each other on. It's just a great community. So I would say definitely don't walk, run. Go to weekendtowealth.com and sign up. You can make payments until the time it's near. You have almost a whole year to do it. And when you get there, you will never be the same.
Real quick though, Constance, in addition to that event you have coming up, you also have books. You also have merch. I want you to start making sure that you're pointing those things out, because ladies and gentlemen, she has these awesome shirts. And they have wonderful sayings on them. So please make sure you support. Also, some of y'all have bad credit. I'm putting it out there. Some of y'all have really bad credit. Get your credit fixed. On the word
credit.
Get your credit fixed.
I got some credit books. I have a best-selling book about credit. It's called Keeping Score: What You Need to Know to Make Your Credit Score Grow. Thank you, April. This is a bestseller. You could read it in very short. And I have The Secret to Breaking the Broke Code, which is also another best-selling book. And that's about my life and how I came from nothing, bankruptcy, bad credit, and broke, to owning the largest African-American owned real estate firm in California, having, cannabis investments, real estate investments, owning a co-working space in Sacramento, being a best-selling author, and all that other stuff. And it's just stuff, because it's all about mindset and how can you change your mindset so that you can go from broken to but billionaire, which I ain't yet, but I will be one day, and just getting that mindset. But I want to talk about what you're doing, because Veg Out and Did you know my girl got a TV show called Veg Out and Dine? Did you know my girl got a TV show called Veg Out and Dine? Tell them about your Veg Out and Dine, baby girl.
Honey, Veg Out and Dine is the diners, drive-ins, and dives for the vegan world. But instead of having your Guy Fieri, honey, you have me. And I promise you, I always deliver. You hear me? Honey, I'm magically delicious, blessed, and highly flavored. Ooh. Anyway. No. Right now, just because unfortunately the world is not completely open, I'm not able to film the way I want to. So right now, the area of focus is music, honey. Music and getting your mind right and your body right and everything else right? So it's ugly. Right now, we are focusing on being as ugly as we possibly can be. You can follow me everywhere at aprilsampay.com. Everywhere April Sampay. And be ugly. Ugly stands for understand God loves you. And if you want to eat right with me, you can follow me at Veg Out and Dine everywhere.
Come on, somebody. So Veg Out and Dine is not a restaurant. It is a TV show. Follow April on Veg Out and Dine. She's going to take you to all the local vegan spots so that you can find out if you're interested in becoming a vegan. She will show you how. I want to be a vegan hella bad. I'm from the Bay, so we say hella out here. I want to be a vegan hella bad. I just don't know where to start. And April, she going to get me together one day, and she going to start me. Please, April, help us out.
She going to start.
Please start me. You know, one thing, let me tell you guys what's funny. April is from the DMV, and she said to me, she called me one day out the blue, and she said, if I called you a Mark ass buster, is that like, are those fighting words? Is that what you tell me? A buster ass Mark or a Mark ass buster?
Mark ass buster.
A Mark ass
buster. Like, is that really a thing?
Is that really a thing? A buster ass Mark or a Mark ass buster are pretty much the same thing. So if you're from the Bay Area, or if you're from
nobody a Mark, I'm like, what if that's his name?
You don't call nobody a Mark, and it's how you say it.
You Mark
like that. You can't say
Mark ass buster.
You can't say you a Mark ass buster or you a buster ass Mark. You can't say that out in Cali.
I would be saying it to everybody. What's up, Mark ass buster?
Come on, like I didn't even know that y'all didn't know what Mark ass busters was. Like, how did she go call me? Talk about is Mark ass buster or those fighting words? Come on, man.
Listen, I was watching a show. I was watching a movie or something.
Y'all don't say Buster out where y'all at? We say Buster.
No, nobody. No, ma'am. No.
We used to say Buster.
We would call people Buster. Like, what's up, Buster?
And then when I was telling her about how like something was hella Bammer, and she said, no, it's Bama. And I was like, well, no, Bammer here means it's whack.
Well, you a Bama. You can't
drive.
drive.
But Bama there means what? Like
you
the country or something?
You, in the words of, I guess, you whack. Is that still a word? Because I don't know. I mean.
Yeah, but Bammer like, Bammer is like, you know, it's different than Bama. Bama is like a person. Bammer is like a thing, right?
What?
I don't call a person a Bammer. I say that is Bammer. This book is hella Bammer. You might say
so this book is hella Bammer. That means that this book is hella
weak. When you say he's a Bama, right? You're talking about a person. I'm talking about a thing.
Wait. Smoketown for life. Yes, that's the movie. Don't be a menace to society. No.
Means country, right?
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Yeah.
You mark.
We know John.
Huh?
John. That's what y'all say out there in the East Coast.
Well, yeah.
Bammer is cheap weed, but it also can be used for other. RBL Posse. Y'all don't know nothing about that. They're a Bay Area rapper. Don't give me no Bammer weed. Yes.
In Baltimore, they call everyone yo.
What do you mean?
And actually, they use. Okay, so this is how I always looked at it. Has anybody ever seen the TV show The Smurfs? Anyone?
Yeah, the cartoon Smurfs.
So on the show The Smurfs, they use the word Smurf in place of things. So they're like, "Wow, you look really Smurfy. Did you just Smurf the Smurf?" Okay, so when you talk to a person from Baltimore, they be like, "Hey, yo did yo over yo." You know what I'm saying? Yo, we're going over. I'm like,
that's a thing.
Stop using it in like Smurfs. Stop it.
Yeah. So we about to leave out of here. But as we're talking about this, what are some slang words from where you're from? So shout out where you from, and shout out like some of the slang words that are used in your area. If you're from the East, if you're from the Midwest, what are some things that is a back East thing? Yo, Slim.
Yeah.
I get called Slim all the time. Yo, Slim. And I'm like, but I am kind of thick. So just call me thick.
Give Nick real quick. Nick a shout out. He just had a beautiful baby boy.
Shout out Nick. I never understood cheating in the first place. Black men don't cheat. Okay. Going with that, Charlamagne.
Ooh.
Yo, son. Is that what y'all say, King Harlem? With your fine self? Yo, son.
I always thought it in New York. They'd be like, son God. Yo, son.
Yo, son.
God. Yo, God, son. Son, God.
What about spifey? What is spifey? Put spifey in a sentence. Please put spifey in a sentence.
Wait,
roll up, Smurf. Yo, Smurf.
Yo, Smurf.
That talk is jive. Okay, where's jive talk?
Okay,
that was in 1976.
No, it's jive like crazy or like
What about already? That's down south. You know what I'm saying? It's a Cali thing. Is it? Okay, for sure. That's us. Sure. That's Bay Area. Yeah. You underdig what I'm talking about?
I think that's just a black people thing for sure. For sure.
For shizzle.
Nobody says for shizzle unless your name is what? Snoop.
No, actually E40 started that. That's a Bay Area term. That came from the Bay.
Okay, tell them
Snoop is from down south. I love vegan food. What's up, brother? Is that okay? Maybe that he's not talking. I got to come back when it's the next show. Confused. North Oakland. You from North Oakland? Where? Okay, Fallback is from Harlem.
Fallback is from everywhere, right?
Them tight ones. Huh?
I don't know that. Tight ones. I don't know that.
That's a Bay Area thing.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I just know that they're hitting those tight ones. Finna go, Atlanta.
Finna go is everywhere.
That's universal, baby. That's universal. Yeah.
Well, because it started out fixing.
Right.
And I never knew that was a thing. I thought fixing to do something and finna do something was something totally different.
Chip, we hyphy out here. You know what hyphy is?
No.
It's Bay Area. I got 2 Johns. Okay, what's a John?
Anything.
So I got 2 Johns. Would that be like?
I got 2
drinks.
Big booty holes in the back. I got 2 drinks left in the refrigerator. I got it just depends on what the conversation is about.
Chip is clearly from the Bay.
Well, no, stupid is no, that's okay. So dummy in the Baltimore area is just a term of endearment. Yo,
Wait,
what's
how
up,
do you
dude?
use it?
I'm like, oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. That makes my ass itch. Don't do that. No.
Wow.
What's your name, yeah? It's not CC, you put is. It's what's your name, yeah. How do you spell L?
Shawty.
Well, Shawty has always been what? John is lying?
That's what somebody said.
I thought that was capping. And for
that's no cap. That's my kid said, no cap.
About the whole cap situation.
Yo, cabbage.
So I was having a conversation with someone about, and like we were really having a very professional conversation.
For why?
And she said, no, but that's cap. And she said it
as if it were like really supposed to be a part of your sentence conversation.
Right. And I'm just like, wait, pause. So is cap now a professional term? Can we say this in
business settings? No, that's cap. Right. So I'm going to interject right now, Your Honor. That's cap.
No, that's cap. No, sir, ma'am. No. Fix it, Jesus.
Oh, give me that top. Yeah, I've heard that. I think I've heard that in a rap song. I got some chicken.
Now, please
You're from the Bay, and I don't know what that means. He's an Adam.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But make sure you come